Hi, my name is Roy Canterbury. I'm your host in Archery Talk 101, and we have a special archery guest here from Indonesia joining the show today. Adams, how you doing today?
Hi, I'm good today. This morning and this afternoon, we have just do some archery training. This morning, I just try training Japanese archery training, and after that, we do some horseback archery training.
I've seen that done. I never really even tried it. Of course, you got to have a horse to do that, and I don't have a horse. But and so, tell us a little something about yourself.
Okay, I'm just know archery at 2015. Initially, I interest with archery because I watched a Korean movie called War of Arrow. So I interest with the traditional Asiatic bow because the shapes is very unique. And after that, I purchased one Korean bow, and then I try to make it, but I surprised that it's so complicated tools and not easy to make. Uh, I'm able to make my own bow in 2016, and after that I start to join the archery community and archery competition in Indonesia and the foreign country like Turkey, Malaysia, Singapore, and then I am interested with the horseback archery. So at that year, starting to learn horse riding, and then after half year, I start to learn horseback archery, and then in 2017, I got I got meet Japanese archery teacher, my first Japanese archery teacher when I visit Japan. I meet him at the Tsukuba University. His name is Professor Matsuo. In that university, they have a archery dojo, Japanese archery dojo. So I learned from him just a bit. Just I want to know, but they so welcome to me and I interest with Japanese archery. I purchased my Japanese bow there and I bring back to Indonesia. The one that makes me surprised is some months after that, my another teacher, junior of Sensei Matsuo, is come to Indonesia. I'm very surprised because of that. He come with his own money. He paid the ticket and the accommodation just to teach us. We only 3 participants at the time. So that touched my heart. So initially, I'm not really interested with Japanese archery, but after that, I falling in love with Japanese archery. So I practice Japanese archery too after that. So we grow up until now. We training traditional archery, horseback archery, and Japanese archery. And I'm making the bow too and some archery stuff.
Now, what's the difference between what you think of as traditional archery, with the longbow or recurve, and the Japanese archery? What's different about those two?
Yes, I think the main difference between modern archery and traditional archery, I'm not know well about modern archery, but as a traditional archer, I think traditional archery have a traditional word in that tradition. So when we talk about modern archery, we will talk the type of the bow, for example, recurve or compound. But when we talk about traditional archery, when we talk about what type of the bow, we will say about something cultural. Turkish bow, Manchu bow, Korean bow, or Japanese bow. So the bow and the another equipment, the outfit, the quiver, and also there is some tradition that follow that archery, like how to sit, how to walk, how they culture, how they maybe some at some level religion also some part in the traditional archery. And what I feel in traditional archery, there is a various type of game, like besides we have standard target shooting, we also have flight shooting. The farthest shoot will be win. Yeah. And we also have dynamic shooting. Either the target is moving or the archer is moving. We also have fast shooting competition. We also have horseback archery, which is mostly, as I know until now, horseback archery mostly used with traditional bow. So I think that's the interesting parts of the traditional archery.
So from what I've seen, the bows are different as far as how they're shot, how they're held, and the length and everything else is what I've seen when I've looked at different bows. You know, like the bow you use in Japanese archery is different than that you use on a horse, right?
Yes.
So how do those? What's different about a horse bow compared to a regular, long bow?
I think I watch in the group. They now have a bit debate about this, about the using term horse bow. Because because I think this is more popularized by modern horseback archer, and now in the groups, most practitioners more accept that call as Asiatic bow, because when they say horse bow, actually not all this bow is specially designed to shoot on horse. They also shoot by a foot soldier. Yes, mostly Asiatic bow is smaller, so they more comfort to use on horse. But we also have Japanese bow that is big, but can be used on horse too. So I think I more agree with the new term of Asiatic bow, because that bow is mostly developed in Asiatic area and East Europe, I think.
So there's not really, they don't really call it that, but it's any bow you're using on a horse is up to the archer to pick what he feels most comfortable with then.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Now when people ask me, is that a horse bow? I think, no, don't say it's horse bow. You can call that bow if you at least shoot one time from a horse. If not, then just call it Korean bow or Turkish bow or Japanese bow.
Yeah, I'm correct. I didn't know that. That's what's nice about getting somebody on that's done the multiple different styles and shot those different bows. And I've seen some bows that's like, this looks weird. I forget which one it is, where it looks like almost a complete circle before you string it.
Yeah.
Like, how do you string it?
Because the unstrung shape is like this, but when strung is like this. So
oh. Yeah, Yeah, there's so many different ones, and it's interesting to see, you know, the different bows and how they're developed, and you know, that's just one of those things that's kind of interesting about archery, because it's been around for 64,000 years. So I'd imagine there's multiple different styles of bows and how they're used, and you know, like you've got, depending on what the archer's job is.
Yes, yes. And also depending on what the resource material at that area. Like a Japanese bow, they have a big size design because in the Japan, as I know, they don't have animal that have a horn, like a buffalo or something else like that.
So yeah,
So yeah, and in the Japan, as many bamboo grows. So because of that, they ending with solution with the make a big bow that use with composite of bamboo and wood without horn. I think that's also something that affected the traditional bow and traditional archery, the area of the tradition come from.
yeah, I've seen some of the Japanese bows. I don't know if that's what you're familiar with, but it's really long, and it's actually longer on top than it is on the bottom, and you draw it back completely different further back. Is that how you shoot them?
Yes, usually the other another archery that I learned, they want to make this elbow is straight with this two hand.
Yeah, with the elbow is straight in line with the hand.
But in Japanese archery, they have a different approach, maybe because they have a long bow and longer draw length. So the elbow should straight with shoulders. So more like this over ear.
So
I think
completely further back, yeah.
further back. Sometimes the elbow is a bit dropped to pull more. I see some in the ancient pictures depicted technique like that.
Yeah,
But
I've seen some shooting them, and it looks, you know, for me, because it's not how I shoot, because I'm not shooting that style of bow, it looks different. Not strange, it just looks different. And you know, depending on what type of bow you pick up is how you shoot it. You know, all weapons, if it's a different style of weapon, you shoot them differently. And you know,
yes,
I think it would be fun to try some of those other ones. I don't know around here in the Midwest anybody even has one of those, but I think it'd be fun to try shooting some of the different styles.
yes, it's a bit different sensation when we shoot the extra long draw length. I think.
Yeah. Yeah, when I got my first compound, I was 3 inches too long, and you know, but with the compound, that's different, you know.
Yeah, I today my student bring a compound bow, and I try to shoot it, and the feel is also special, a bit different with the traditional bow. It's feel
It is.
in the front, but then so light.
Yeah. You're used to getting harder as you pull it back further. It's not lighter.
and because of the design of the riser, so I need to shoot with three finger technique, which is I not comfort yet.
Yeah, yeah. It's strange if you're used to, you know, the traditional style of bows, you know, the variety of those, and get a compound in your hand. It's completely different.
Yeah. Mostly Asiatic archery is use thumb, right? And we put the arrow on the right. So when we put arrow on the left, my brain is just not connected.
Oh, yeah. So you use a thumb ring. Now, I'd heard something about the reason they use the thumb ring. It's a little easier, but they put the arrow on the right hand side, so it actually pulls the arrow towards the riser. Where if it was on the left, it would pull it off if you're a right-handed shooter.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'd heard. I don't know. So I'm just kind of verifying is that when you use the thumb ring, I haven't really seen. I've seen pictures of thumb rings. I haven't seen anybody use one.
Yes, I'm also not usually I use shoot with bare hand. I'm shoot with the tools just if I shot more than 100 arrow. So mostly I barehanded. I like to feel my arrow with my touch sensation in the hand.
Yeah, and if using a glove or a release aid of some kind, yeah, you don't have quite that same feeling with the string, do you?
Yes. And horseback archer, half of horseback archer, as I know, they love to shoot bare hand because it's more faster and we need to do blind knocking it, so we cannot see when we're knocking, so we just see the target and the where horse running. So when we do blind knocking, some of us prefer barehanded because it's more easy and more fast.
You don't have to worry about hooking up a thumb release or anything else, just your bare hand.
Yes, and we can more flexible. We can use a thumb release like this, and in my country there is one grip that now become popular. It is called Slavic technique. So if we shoot with barehanded, we can easily adapt these two techniques simultaneously, depending on the condition.
That's interesting. I never thought about different hand positions in drawing. I'm just always traditional, 3 fingers, either one above, 2 below, or 3 below, and drawn back to the corner of your mouth, and just so many other options in there. It's cool to see and hear about all those different other ways of holding the bow, and obviously works.
Let me explain a bit. So this is thumb release. So we put the arrow on the right sides of the handle, and then we knock it.
And you don't use a rest or anything, you just use your hand.
Yes, I'm only use my hand, and this also able us to use our finger dexterity to manipulate the arrow, so we can. I think this make we faster than maybe modern bow. We can play with dexterity hand in here. So I think this traditional have a good for shooting faster with this. Yeah. And then we put the thumb in here, and then we close the thumb with the index finger.
Oh, so you're kind of wrapping your thumb around, and the index finger kind of holds around your thumbnail to hold the thumb in place then. Yes. Is that what you're doing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And index finger also keep the arrow on the bow. So this index finger a bit push to the left, so the arrow will not drop.
Oh, so you're actually trapping the arrow at the nock, as well as locking your finger, and all at the same time. And with your holding hand, you're actually holding the arrow, so you don't have to worry about it bouncing off while you're riding a horse or whatever. And
that's right. And when we use 3 finger, yeah, this is bouncy. Yeah.
Right.
So thumb draw in this case, I think, is more stable on the horse. This thumb technique also have variation, like the Japanese technique have we'll use the index and middle finger like this. So this one in here.
Oh, okay. So you're wrapping your thumb around the string, and your middle finger holds the thumb, and then your index finger is right alongside it to help stabilize the arrow on the string.
Yes, right.
Oh,
and
cool.
also have a variation, 3 finger like this, or 4 finger like this. And there is a shallow grip and deep grip. Japanese usually use shallow grip. And another grip that I talked before is Slavic technique, which is now popular in Indonesia. It's like this. The arrow is still positioned on the right side. We shoot like a similarly like a 3 finger, but we hold the arrow with this index finger here.
Yeah,
this
you put
technique,
pressure on the riser. Yeah.
This technique is more faster. For some case, so now this technique is more popular in Indonesia among horseback archers. So that's kind of like that technique.
Well, I can see that. That's kind of advantage, because one of the problems you have if you put, traditionally arrow on the left side for right-handers, 1 finger above, 2 fingers below, is you end up pinching it, and as you pull them back, you pull the arrow off the riser. That's why they teach a lot of 3 fingers below, because as you curl it, you're not pinching the arrow, so you're not pulling it off. Well, this way, if you pinch and pulling it back, it actually puts it into the riser instead of pulling it off the bow.
Yes.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. I
and our knob big, so this is not beat the string. It's very loose. So we solely depend on the hand grip. If the if we not doing the grip well, the arrow will just drop.
It'll just drop off.
It's
so
not.
Do you put a knock point on there, or you just kind of put it on the string?
Usually we have a knock point in here. This is my not personal bow, so I still not give it a knocking point. Usually I give a knocking point in here. So if I do blind knocking, I can just put a bit under and
then slide up to it.
Slide up to the up. And we also have some knocking technique. This is we call Mameluk technique. And this is we call cup technique. Like that. Because this is like holding a cup.
Oh, yeah.
We also have a Mihai technique like this. Maybe from this view is more. This is a Mamluk technique. And this is cup technique. We touch with our pinky finger here to feel the string, and then we pull back. And then we can continue with the thumb, or mostly, friend, if we continue with the Slavic release, this is more faster.
Yeah, interesting. And for those of you that only get to listen to this, you might want to go check out the video, because this is really cool to watch you doing all that. Yeah, kind of hard to explain, but when you see you do it, it really makes a lot of sense. And I might have to go back and play this a couple times and try some of those techniques out. It looks really interesting.
and we also have called a shower technique. So because we only use thumb, index, and this thumb and index finger. So we have another hand is free to hold another arrow. We can shoot while holding like an extra 2 arrow in here. We can shoot this, and then next arrow already on hand.
That makes it shoot really fast.
Yes, this especially there is a horseback archery competition style called Hungarian style. We shoot at the tower in the center, and we were allowed to shoot as many as possible. So the most popular technique that used in that type of competition is use shower shooting like this, because if from quiver 1 and 1, it's too slow. So now, because we next weekend we will hold a provincial horseback archery competition with one of the categories Hungarian style. So many of the West Java archer now is training this technique because this is more faster.
Yeah, if the speed counts, you want to have as many shots available as you can.
Yeah. I become a jury in the competition, so I make a rules. At least archer should shoot at least 3 arrows with at least 1 hit to get a time bonus point. So so archer push to shoot many arrows.
Yeah, the more arrows you shoot, the better, right? So do you do any hunting over there with your bow or not?
Yeah, I'm interested to try hunting. Actually, once I have with my friend going to the mountain. I bring my bow and I bring my arrow. Some people say some hunter also do some hunting on that mountain, but at that day we just not meet any wild pig. so we just experimenting with the shoot on the tree, on the forest, and so on.
So you mostly do target. So do you do a lot of target shooting, or what type of archery events do they have over there that you're in?
So okay, what I find in my journey in the forest is, I think some quiver do better on the forest and some quiver not good in the forest. I think Indonesian quiver, which is a back quiver, is more better in the forest compared to like a Turkish side quiver, because when we enter the deep forest, the side quiver, I think it's can easily struck between the plant. So I think back quiver is more easy to maneuver in the forest. And then what I see in Indonesian forest is a bit deep, so not many open field. I think the maximum distance in here is, I think, 50 meters maximum. More than that, we'll be already got tree or another plant. I think that's why in Indonesian history, the bow and arrow is not as popular as another weapon, I think.
Yeah, it takes a little more dedication to get good at it, doesn't it? It don't take near the practice to shoot a rifle or a shotgun.
We train in the shooting field. So we use the shooting field in here in Bandung to train Japanese archery. And once I tried to training with the pistol, but unexpectedly I shoot better with bow than pistol.
Well, it takes lots of time. You know, at 26 yards, I'll hit you much easier with my bow than I will with the pistol. Yeah, rifle, different story. Yeah, I can go a little further at that, but you know, at that 25 to 30 yard range, yeah, I'm much more deadly with the bow than I am with a pistol.
Yeah.
But you can't carry your bow around with you all the time.
Yes.
A little harder to conceal a bow.
Yes, yes. But firearms is not for public, so not like United States. So this is only police and soldier and some registric like a lawyer and etc. that allowed to have a pistol.
Except your criminals always seem to get them.
Yeah, but criminal
Yeah.
some can have that too.
Yeah, nice to have the bow available.
I'm always have the bow available in my car.
Yeah, you always have it with you. Good weapon to have with you, and besides, a lot of fun to shoot, aren't they?
Yeah. Bow, riding boots, helm, standby on my car, so I'm should able to suddenly doing archery or horse riding.
So tell us about some of your shoots you've been in. Let's just talk about the shooting from a horse, because that seems interesting and challenging. Tell us about some of the events you was in shooting from horse.
Okay, one of my interest in traditional archery, because one of it have a horseback archery. So if I'm not interested with the traditional archery, I think I will not interest with the horse riding. So initially I learned horse riding in 2016, and I surprise is very hard. I think it's horse riding is more harder than doing archery. But if we want to do horseback archery, we need to learn horse riding and archery at the separate until we reach some level. We we then allowed to combine this two sports together, because this is like a two different activity become one. Yeah. So for me, when I teach my student, I the requirement for horse riding to do the horse archery is they able to do riding with one hand and without hand, and then they need to able to do a half sit. Half sit is like so basically in horse back archery we not sit on the saddle, we kind like standing on the saddle, because if we full sitting we will bumpy like this. So horseback archer came out with a solution, half sit, or we not touch body to the saddle. So our knee is like a spring that absorb the bouncing. And then for the archery thing, we need to do blind knocking, because on the horse when we still knocking, looking at the arrow is very dangerous, because yeah, the horse can do turn, or they can sudden stop or something else like that. We need our eye, our focus on the road on the horse, we cannot if we not miss our focus on like a knocking thing, it will be disaster. So I think that's the basic technique on the horseback archery.
So you basically on the horse, you have to learn how to control the horse without using your hands and the reins. Because if you got two hands on a bow, you still got to be able to control the horse.
Yeah, sometimes we do like at the some point we need to control the horse on the rein. So we can just shooting. Like example, I can do this, and then something happen that I need to control the horse. So this need to be.
You still hold it.
I can hold the grip, correct the horse, and then continue. And then if something happen again, I need to correct again, and then I can shoot. So this is blind knocking is very crucial on the horseback archery because
yeah,
and we must at least master three position of shooting: front shooting, side shooting, and back shooting, because basically it's kind of the target is similar like dynamic target. They will move like so. The first, when we approach the target is in front. When we passing the target will be positioned on the left, and after that the target will be on our back. So that's the three basic position that need to be mastered on horse archery. Besides that, we have another position like a Turkish kabak. They will shoot target in the aerial in the pole 8-meter high, and they require to shoot like this.
Lean way over where you
Yeah.
almost horizontal.
Yes, but that's a very popular style in here because it's very hard to get the kabak. So usually my last national tournament, the spectator will give money on the table. Whoever archer can hit can take some money, some another like clothes or another thing, just because it's very interesting.
Sounds like it. Yeah, that's definitely something interesting. It'd be actually be, I think, cool to watch some videos of you guys doing that. So yeah, take some videos if you can. Have somebody take some videos and post them up to the Archery Talk 101 group, and let's take a look and see some of those. I think it'd be really cool to watch some of those events, and it's something different than we normally see. You normally see the Olympic archers, or you see the 3D shoots and stuff like that. I think it'd be really cool to watch some of these other shooting styles, and it sounds like it'd be really a blast to go try some of that new stuff. And of course, the first time you do it, you're not going to be any good at all, but hey, that's the fun part. Learn a new skill.
Yes. Actually, I have a YouTube video. You guys can check on my YouTube. Sometimes I post my training and competition there.
Oh yeah, we'll have to. What's the name of your YouTube channel?
My YouTube channel is Numair.
Okay, you know what? If you can throw that YouTube channel either in the chat or in your post, I'll actually bring it up so we can take a look at it and see, because I think that'd be cool to see some of your videos. Yeah, it's let's let's get people out there looking at your YouTube videos, and I think it'd be cool, and I'll definitely go watch some.
Sometimes in traditional archery, there is also curriculum that in Japan archery that I learned. There is a curriculum we need to shoot with the armor. So that's also interesting.
Oh yeah, wearing armor while you're shooting. Yeah.
Usually when we not use armor, we can anchor our arrow at the cheeks or at the mustache like that. And but when we use armor, we cannot do that. We should use floating anchor, because if we touch close to the body, the string will get stuck on the armor part, the helmet. Or
yeah,
that's make thing harder.
Yeah, definitely would.
And the more limited with the armor, yeah, we can really as free as when we not using it.
I was trying to see if I could find your YouTube channel.
Did you already find it?
No, I didn't find it yet.
Okay. I hope I can send the link to. Okay, I can send the link to the YouTube, right? To the Zoom, right?
Yeah, you can go ahead and put it in the chat, and then I'll bring it up, and we can let everybody take a look at it.
Okay, I will. My last national competition will be interesting, I think. It's on 2019. Just before pandemic, I win the national competition, and the prize is actually I got ticket next year to international competition. But hey, Corona is come and all is canceled. Yes, you can watch in here. I put on the chatting. Okay, where's my Zoom? Too many. Why my Zoom over here? Yeah, chat. I put on the chat. Yep, that's the link.
Okay, we're gonna click on that and bring it up. Wait for it to load. My machine's not real fast. Okay, let me share it. Make sure that's... Is that the right one there?
Yes, right.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, this is location in the city of Temboro in the Eastern Java. So it's around 12 hours from Bandung. We also have a Malaysia team participate as a jury, because actually we mostly learn traditional archery and horseback archery from Malaysia friend. Malaysia friend is more early learning this traditional archery thing. This is we prepare the horse. This is some friend use the traditional saddle too, like Turkish saddle, like in here. When we do horseback archery, we need to sign waiver agreement. So because this categories as extreme sport, so there is a probability to get hurt or accident in here.
Pretty much any sport you do, there's a risk in it.
Yep. But yeah, this horseback archery is pretty big risk. Yeah, because that's me. This is serial shooting. We call that lontong track because the target is like lontong. Lontong is our traditional food. We have several target here. The red is the high score. The yellow is 2 score, and the green is 1 score.
Yeah, you're not just trotting along. It looks like they're on a full gallop.
Yeah, there's a strike track, usually a full gallop. And in the final, we have a polish track. It's like not strike track. It's right and left, and the target is concealed and not informed how many. It's more challenging. You can see that on the last part. Yeah, this is still a lontong track. We have 5 target here, and the distance is a bit different from 5 to 7. Now, this is the Diponegoro track. Diponegoro is actually our hero that fought against Dutch. So we use that as a name of this track. We use a spear. So we have a thrust target with spear, 1 target and 2nd target. And then we have a throwing spear target on the 3rd. And then after that, we have an archery target on the 4th. Yeah, throw, like that. And after throw, we will use our bow to shoot the 4th target. This is the style that the competition that I most love because use spear. Yeah, I practice the martial art and I love this style because it's use spears too besides bow.
Looks like fun.
Yes, this is unique to Indonesian style. Yeah. This style now adopted by National Horseback Association as the Indonesian style. This is the jury from Malaysia. They are all international archery champion. They have won in Korea and Jordan and Turkey. This is what I call kabak target. It's 8-meter height. We will shoot it with a blunt arrow and flu finesse. Yeah. We have 1 target on ground and the 2nd target is the kabak. Yeah, it's so hard to hit the kabak.
Yeah, I can imagine. Not only is it up high, but you got to bend over in a weird position while you're riding a horse, get bounced around in weird angles.
Yeah, if we not bend our position, the score will not as big as when we bend our position. So if we just shoot standard, we will got score 1. But if we lay down and twist, the score is 3. So it's very different. Yeah. And this is the last round. This is most interesting. This is called polish track. Yeah, the track is not straight. So the horsemanship is very needed in this category. We need to steer the horse while shooting, and how many of the target is secret. So we need to search the target on the horse when we compete. I think more than 8 target here. I think maybe 13 or 15. So the archer need to look around, and when he see target, you shoot. We don't know how many target on the field. Yeah, we need to take the rein and steering the horse. That's a finish. I got the third position in total competition in here.
That's definitely a challenge. That
Yes.
so yeah, a lot of good competition, and it just looks like it'd be so much fun.
Yeah.
Lots of dedication and lots of work and lots of practice, but looks like fun.
Yeah, this is total 3 days competition. First day is we check the horse, do some bonding to the horse, get close, and tomorrow we do the first round, and the last day we do the final round at police track. So it's so much fun.
Yeah, that's cool. It's like, and just like I did when you're watching this, get out there and subscribe and hit that bell for him, and let's get out here and watch some of this. This is really cool. Yeah, it's so cool. Yeah, I'm gonna stop this in the background because there's music playing in there, and kind of distracting if I'm trying to talk and carry on conversation and hearing the music, but and I'd be more tempted to sit there and watch it.
Yes, maybe after this, friends can watch more video on my channel.
Yeah, because you're gonna have lots of other videos out there, and we'll just get it here and watch some of this stuff. This stuff is really really cool. And if you click over and you go to your main channel, and I said there's all kinds of stuff out there. So I think you got 391 videos. So you got quite a few videos out there to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just make that as a hobby, so just to keep my memory, the activity that I love.
Well, and too, you get somebody that's interested in some of that. Say, hey, what is it like to do a horse archery on a horse? And now you can just go to your channel, it's like, and watch some of it and see. It's like, oh, this is a lot of fun. Definitely not an old guy sport though to pick up. I think riding a horse like that for a while kind of beat my whole body up. But it'd be so much fun. First, I'd have to learn how to shoot that bow and then shoot from those weird positions, but then figure out how to ride a horse. Well, I've ridden horses before, but not like that. Not at a full gallop with no hands.
Maybe interesting if a friend from modern archery try to shoot on horse with the modern bow. I think that will be interesting.
Oh yeah. Well, and you said you raise up his legs as shock absorbers. If you look at horse racing, the jockeys don't actually sit on the seat.
Yes,
they got their head down low, and their rear is not on the seat, and their legs are just moving up and down, and basically the back stays straight on what the horse is doing. And I can see how that's why you use your legs.
Half like that, I think.
Well, the same thing riding motorcycle. If you get on something pretty rough, you get up off the seat and let your legs bounce around. And the same thing. I've done that, ride a motorcycle, and it's like, okay, on the streets, no big deal. You sit on the seat. Off road, lots of times if you get in rough terrain, you're off the seat because otherwise, man, it just throw you around all over.
Yes, right. And the horse will comfort too, and you not sit on the saddle. They will push their run if we like that.
Yeah, because imagine if you're sitting here bouncing up and down and smacking that's probably irritating to the horse as well. Or if you're just in the stirrups, the horse could relax a little bit more. And
and I cannot imagine in the Alexander time before BC, horseback archer actually already exists before stirrup. So I'm amazed with that fact.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you do that without stirrups? You got to be tough, right?
Totally.
Yeah. How do
That's right.
you hang on?
Yeah, it's possible, but it's so exhausted.
Yeah, this has been so interesting talking to you about this. This is what I enjoy talking about archery all over the world and seeing how it's different and you've definitely got a unique style and unique stories about your archery between the horseback archery and Japanese archery and all the other stuff and shooting all the different kinds of bows. And I think it's just so cool that you have access to all those different styles of bows. And around here we pretty much have long bows and recurves for the traditional style, and very seldom do you hear anybody with anything else. I might have to check and see if there's anybody else that has anything like that, because I think it'd be fun to go try some of those other bows, try shooting that different style and just something different.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'll put a link to your YouTube channel in the description of the podcast, and that way it makes it easier for them to find it. Just pull up the description and click on the link, and it takes you right to your YouTube channel, and we'll let them go have some fun watching these cool videos.
Yes, thank you.
Well, do you have any other cool stories about maybe shooting the Japanese bow?
Okay, the Japanese bow is another unique thing because they have, I think, the hardest way to shoot an arrow is with Japanese way, because they have so many steps, like how to walk, how to hold the bow, and they also have a very long step they call hasetsu, or 8 step, basic 8 step, but actually I think it's more than 18 maybe, because step 1 have point A, B, C, so hard. And they also interest with something that another archery not interest, like they are sensitive about the sound. So like they have a name for the sound of the string when the shooting. They call surune, because yeah, I think, and the ceremonial thing, I think the Japanese archery is many affected by the cultural and the ceremonial thing, because it's part of the ceremony, their culture. So it's like a sacred thing to them. So beside the martial arts way in the Japanese archery, the ceremonial thing portion is so big. And they also make important things about the beauty, the art. So that's interest for me. And the competition is what I interest with Japanese archery competition. They have team competition, which is I really have meet this in the another archery. So when I try to compete for the first time in my traditional archery competition experience, I hoping somebody else hit the target, which is not in another archery. Another archery, we pray I hit the target and another miss. But in team competition, we pray so another team is also hit the target because it's a team competition. It's a very interesting feeling, for me.
Yeah.
And they also have the clothes that, yeah, it's actually not easy to shoot with that style. How to walk, how to sit and stand with that we call the pen is called hakama, and then the top is gi, and sometimes we also use kimono. Yeah, it's not easy to that. They also have a technique how to open one hand of the kimono. Yeah, it's very Japanese. We don't meet that in another art. That's
Yeah.
especially unique experience.
Yeah. I think I have a picture of you shooting one here. A little video of you
Ah,
shooting it.
yeah, this is in my workshop. Yeah. I think this I just finished Japanese bow. So before going to finishing and the painting, I usually do some shooting tests. This type is not common Japanese bow. This is called Yumi Hankyu, or shorter version of a Japanese bow. This is not common in the Kyudo. Usually, this is more common as a relaxation activity. So people can sit and the bow is not so heavy, and they are shooting this while they drinking tea together, like that. The the most common Japanese bow is more higher than this, is about 2.2 meters. This one is only around 160 meter, 160 centimeter.
Yeah, I was just kind of looking and see because I thought it was kind of neat how you shooting that, but yeah, there's a lot of good videos out here. I'll have to go check some of those out. But yeah, I just thought I seen you shooting one of those bows, and I thought, well, let's just take a look at shooting it. So that's a little bit shorter than the traditional bow that you would be shooting, Japanese styles bow.
Yes. Uh, there is another video that I'm use the long Japanese bow. That is more common. We call that Yumi Daikyu. Dai is big, Q is bow. So Daikyu is big bow. That's the most common we can see in the Japanese archery, the Kyudo or Kyujutsu. And now my horseback archery friend is challenged me to do horseback archery with Japanese bow. I think that is another challenge for me, yeah, because it's harder with that.
Yeah, that would be a different challenge, different bow and still on the horse. And
yes, and I took time more longer to shoot Japanese bow because the full draw is extra. It's like a shooting 1.5 arrow, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. My record for shooting with the Yumi is I can only shoot 6 seconds. With another shorter bow, I can shoot on 4 seconds. So 2 seconds is very big difference in horseback archery.
Oh yeah, that's quite a bit of difference. You don't think, well, 2 seconds, that's not much, but when you think about it, a lot of events are won by less than a half a second, or less.
Yeah.
And that can
mean
make a big difference.
Meter in the field. And once I try on the competition in the there is area, there is some tree on it. So before first target, there is a tree. So
Right.
I can aiming before the tree because the bow is tree. So I need to pick like a duck, and after that I can just aim. So that's so special experience for me.
Yeah, it's been real interesting talking to you. I learned a lot about things. It's not a horse bow. it's a
Shooting.
bow. Any bow you shoot from a horse is horse archery.
So for me, if you use compound bow on horse, then that compound is officially horse bow now.
Well, you know, think about those things. You know, not really knowing too much about them, and now it's not called a horse bow. It's any bow you shoot from a horse is a horse bow, but you know, it's horseback archery and whatever bow you want to use.
Yeah.
I can't see, bouncing around on a horse with a compound bow trying to get them loaded. You'd have to have like a biscuit which traps that arrow. Otherwise you'd never keep it on another. None of my bows you could ride on a horse because you get bounced off right away.
But after my friend bring compound bow and I try it, I was thinking if I can modify the handle so it's if the shape can like just traditional bow, I think it will be the nice bow to shoot. I think without riser, just handle like a traditional bow, but with the limb like a compound bow. I think that will be a excellent bow. I think.
Yeah, the Oneida has basically recurved limbs on it. There's 2-section limbs on them. And then if you get a left-handed bow and modify the grip to hold it in your left hand, so your right hand, now you knock on the right side.
But our hands need to be able to catch the arrow.
Yeah,
that's important. If we put on the window, we will have difficulty to keep the bow, the arrow on the bow.
Yeah, I don't think it'd be as quick. They have a whisker biscuit which has to slot it so you can slide it in, but still, yeah, it would be fun to try. To see how it works, and it might work good for you, might not.
Yeah.
Well, don't till you try it, but I think that'd be a fun video. I'll have to wait for you to post a video of you trying that.
Maybe next time I will, if I have time, I will modify some bow.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, right? Making whatever you have work. Well, it's been really great talking with you. I've learned a lot about the different types of bows that you use, the Japanese bow, the bows that you shoot, traditionally shoot off of horseback, and it's just been a lot of good information. I really enjoyed this call, and I know you'll have some good videos out there. I subscribe, so I'll get notified when you post a new one, because this is interesting. Something different that we don't normally see over here in the States. Yeah, and that's what's nice about what I'm doing is I talk to people all over the world. Yesterday I talked to a guy in the United Kingdom, and tomorrow I might talk to somebody from another country, and it's just so fun that archery is a sport that we all like and enjoy and have a common ground.
Yes.
Yeah.
Another thing that's interest in the traditional archery is beside the technique, the competition, the culture, and so on. The first thing that I interest with the traditional archery is the process to make it. Because what the most interesting, because the unstrung shape is C like this. This is my
right.
Unstrung, and then it's strung like this. For me, is I'm very amazed with that design. And actually, before I try to shoot, I try to make it. So that will be another interesting story. And the use of the material is also interesting, because the traditional archery, they will use horn. Yes, horn. They use. So this is my natural bow project. So this will be shaped same like ancient bow. So this core is bamboo, and we will attach it with horn plate. So this is the Indonesian buffalo horn plates, and then we will cover in the backside with the sinew. So this is actually my new project. Before that, I try with natural material, but I fail. So I use modern material. I think the traditional archer here and in the world, even they have a traditional design, but mostly they use modern material. This is made from fiberglass. But the production of the bow itself is interesting. Either the natural material and the modern material, it's very interesting for me, because both is need to use a composite material, and they should able to store the potential energy so big on the small size bow, mostly except the Japanese bow. I think that's very interesting for me.
Yeah, that'd be interesting when you get that, post your video out of you making that bow. That would be really cool to watch.
Yes, I have uploaded on YouTube, and some product you can visit my website numablacksmith.com. I have some product there for various. I have a various bow design, like Japanese bow, Turkish bow, and then Tatar bow, and so on. There is also another like a quiver, Turkish quiver, it's on side, and then Japanese quiver on back, and Japanese quiver shaped like a box. It's not fast, but I love that the shape is so beautiful. I think, yeah. Beside that factor, the beauty on the traditional archery equipment is also something that interesting for me.
Yeah, put a link to your website in there, and we'll actually go take a look at it if you would.
And now in here, there is a more popular to painting the bow. So the advanced archer here want the bow not only good to shoot, but nice to watch. So many now have friends that they are good at painting. They also now paint their bow. This is my website. before I learn archery, I love martial arts. So there is some another martial art thing there. And I saw traditional archery is part of martial art. I think in Japan, archery too, they consider the Kyudo is as a Budo or the martial art among another martial art like Aikido and Karate and another thing. They also have a grading in Japanese archery. Something that I not find in another traditional archery. I think that's more special to Japanese.
What martial arts did you study?
I mostly learn silat. It's Indonesian martial art, and then yeah, mostly silat. And then I learned some hema or European sword technique, and then this traditional archery. I consider traditional archery as martial art.
And a lot of us do. I studied Hapkido for about 20 years. So I'm just kind of curious which one it was you did.
And in traditional archery, we have some technique like a shooting with swords too.
Oh yeah. Well, here's I got your sight up here.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks pretty cool. Looks like a wood quiver for it as well.
Yeah. There's archery category. Yeah, like that.
Oh yeah, here's some of your products out here. And I'll leave a link to your website in the description as well. So, you know, if anybody's interested in getting any of these, you know, there's different bows and stuff here, and oh yeah, pretty cool all the stuff you have down here.
Yeah, mostly in the international traditional archery, when they compete, they use traditional clothes, so that's also interesting.
Yeah.
When I compete in the Istanbul, Turkey, we compete with the traditional clothes each country, and then after that, in the night, they bring us to the center of the city with traditional clothes. That's very wonderful experience. The competition is called Fethi Kupasi. They celebrate they conquer the Istanbul.
Yeah, I just thought everybody take a quick look at your website. It's got a lot of cool stuff out there, it looks like. Yeah, that's some pretty cool stuff. Really interesting. And like I said, we'll leave some links in here, so anybody interested in we talk about we talked about all this kind of stuff, and it's like now they know where to go get it and what get on it. And it's pretty cool. So yeah. And what would you say to somebody that's thinking about getting into you know, one of the arts you do, you know, like the Japanese archery?
Can you repeat?
Oh yeah, what would you say to somebody that's thinking about getting into archery in like in one of the disciplines that you do?
Yes, I think is if another friend's interest with traditional archery, I think just try it. I think it's a wonderful experience, and you cannot it's not boring. It's very fun activity and interesting, and you also have a sensation of cultural thing. I think that's very wonderful experience for me. And besides the technical thing, and the technical thing itself is so many interesting thing. Yeah, we can shoot many position, front, side, back, kneeling position or like the kabak position, and then we have mini grip, yeah, like that, and we have fast shooting technique, shower technique, fly shooting technique, horseback technique. We also have a jar market technique. We also have a curriculum to shoot with armor, shoot with traditional clothes, and we have many like a quiver, side quiver, back quiver, sword quiver, and so on. I think it's very interesting. So archery friends there, if you interest with traditional archery, just get it. I guarantee you will be have fun in there.
Yeah, I'm sure that they'd have fun. You know, if you're interested in archery, hey, you know, find somebody around you that's doing it and say, hey, I'm thinking about starting archery. And you know, somebody comes, hey, I'm thinking about starting archery. What do I do? And you'd help them out, or any archer. You know, if somebody comes up to me or anybody else says, hey, I'm thinking about doing archery. What do I do? Come with me. Here, let's get you started.
Yeah. I think many friends archer in the United States, they often training together with the modern archery and various traditional archery culture, yeah, Japanese archer, going archer, together with the modern archer, they're shooting together in the range. I think the United States is a very many background people join together there. So I think this nice to train in the United States.
Yeah, because there's just so many different ones. And the guy you shoot next to, you know, he may be a better shot than you. Just figure out what he's doing. You know, look at him and you know, if you're a better shot, then he has a question, help him out. And that's just the way majority of the archers are. There's going to be a few that aren't, but most of us are. Well, probably let you go so you get back, because I know you got some training to do later today. And
yes. This is yeah, the Indonesian here is almost midnight.
Oh, yeah, I better let you go. Yeah, you got to go to sleep so you can get up.
Oh, it's all in the very late night, but it's okay. Special for you.
Yeah. Hey, I appreciate it, because it's well, we're 12 hours apart because it's almost noon here. So half a day apart.
Yes, half a day apart.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for inviting me in this.
Yeah, thanks for being on. I really appreciate it. My name is Roy Canterbury. I'm your host today on Archery Talk 101. And stay tuned for the next one. We have more exciting shows coming up. Don't know how we're going to beat this one, but we seem to always get better each one. So stay tuned to the next one, and we'll talk to you later.